Hey guys, another video we're posting about multiplying and dividing by powers of 10. This time we're going to be using decimals and a little bit of exponent work as well, a combination of some things that we might be seeing once we really get into the conversions in measurements that are metric. And you'll learn about that coming up shortly, okay? So I'm just going to jump into a couple of these problems and just work through them just so you can kind of see. The thing I like about this worksheet is it gives you up top a nice little rundown of exactly what needs to get done. So even if you're listening to me and you are still having a little bit of difficulty understanding, there is words and step-by-step directions up top to also use as a great reference, okay? I'm going to start right here on 8 and 5/10 divided by 10 to the first power. Remember, 10 to the first power just means 10 one time. All right, so this problem is the same as saying 8.5 divided by 10. Okay, all right. Now, I actually like leaving it as the exponent. If you want to change it to the 10, that's fine. I like leaving it as an exponent because this exponent tells us how many places we're going to move our decimal. Okay, we're moving the decimal one place. All right, and then if we're dividing by 10, the decimal is moving one place to the left. It's going to go backwards, okay? So then this would actually be decimal and then 8.5, so 85 hundredths. Okay, that's a division problem where we're moving the decimal one time because it's 10 to the first power. Now, 10 to the third power would be 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1,000. So you could write out down here that it's 1,000 if you want, if this is going to help you. Okay, and there's 3 zeros, so that means we're going to move the decimal 3 places. Or since the exponent is 3, we're going to move the decimal 3 places. So when I look at this, I move it once, 2, 3 times, and I put a decimal. Now there's these 2 gaps that have nothing here. Okay, so that gives me a decimal, 0, 0, because those spaces become zeros, and then I put everything that comes after it afterwards. Okay, so again, the exponent when we're dividing by powers of 10 is telling you how many places you're going to move the decimal to the left, how many places you're going to move it back, because if we're dividing by a power of 10, that means our answer is going to be getting smaller. All right, so notice we had 8 and 5/10, so when we divided by 10 to the first power, we ended up with only 85 hundredths, right? We had 1 whole and 28 hundredths. We divided by 10 to the third power, we ended up with a really small decimal there, which would be tens, hundredths, thousands, 10,000s, 128 hundred thousandths, right? It's like a very, very tiny piece. All right, so just remember, guys, when you're dividing by powers of 10, your answer absolutely needs to be smaller than what you started out with. All right. Now, over on this side, these are multiplication problems. Okay. We have 248 and 92 hundredths times 10 to the fourth power. Same thing we did over here. This 4, excuse me, that was a bad circle. That 4 is telling me I need to move my decimal 4 places. All right. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, which gives me 2 blank spaces. So I'm going to have that 248. 92 was next. And then I had 2 blank spaces, so I should have 2 zeros here. Now, when I do this, then I have to put my commas in, right? So 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. So it would be 2,489,200. All right, let's go down and look at another problem where maybe we don't have all those zeros. Let's look at number 8, okay? We've got 10 to the first power, which means we're moving the decimal one place to the right. So that decimal is now going to move over to that new spot. So my answer here would be 81 and the decimal 5/10. All right, so again, just like we said with division, guys, if we are dividing by powers of 10, our answer is getting smaller. If we're multiplying by powers of 10, our answer gets bigger. Like we started out here with 248 and 92 hundredths, and we ended up with 2,489,200. Down here, we started with 8 and 15 hundredths, and now we're at 81 and 5/10. All right, this is something we're definitely going to be using a lot going forward with the metric conversions, guys. So honestly, if you have any questions or thoughts or things that are concerns to you, send me a private message, send something in the comments, reach out, okay? Because we want to make sure we master this before we move on to the metric conversions. All right. Have a great day, guys.